So most owners of commercial properties are they're pure investors. They want to put their money in what they consider a safe asset, where the capital that they use to purchase the property is going to be secure, and it's going to appreciate over time. And so to do that, it's all really about the returns that they can generate from the property staying full and the rents being at market rates. And so what I think for a property manager is important in commercial is staying on top of what is impacting those businesses, because if there's something in the economy, or as a great example, the most challenging time I've ever had in my years of doing this was the pandemic that the world went through. The pandemic with commercial properties meant businesses closing up because they were ordered to. And so in some cases they could no longer interact with their customers or sell or provide the services to their customers that they did before the pandemic. And that, of course, impacts their ability to pay rent, which impacts my clients. And I think commercial investors who become clients of EBMC appreciate kind of our hands-on approach. We don't simply set a computer up to run the thing and automatically generate reports, and that's part of what we do, but it's also the telephone call to say, hey, I was out at the property today, I noticed this, and I think it's having a bad impact. I'd like, if it's okay with you, I'd like to put up some signage that we don't have currently, and I think it would help deter this problem, and it would have a positive impact on the business owners in that property. And so it's things like that years of experience kind of teach you in this industry, and you're able to bring that, I think, adds value to what the clients pay in the way of property management fees. I had a very favored client that Eugene Berger asked me if I would personally take on her portfolio, because they had a friendship that went back some time, and so I said, sure, I will, and I will do my utmost with it. Well, I had many of her properties for about 5 years, and then in 2020 she approached me and said, Jay, I have 2 more properties and I'd like to give them to you. I'm going to terminate the other management company I was using because they just don't seem to be responsive to what we need to do there. And so what I discovered, and this was in Oakland, California, she had a property that had been subdivided. So it was one building, but it was actually 2 different businesses. And I learned that on one side, the commercial space was empty. They said, your predecessors, they would never even return our calls. We've been trying to lease the space next door and expand now for years, and they just have tended to ignore us. I kind of made it my goal. I thought, I'm going to do what we need to do to get these people the entire building, and so that they can expand. And they've grown, and they now when I go by, they just tell me they can't imagine still being only in half of this building, because the whole building is thriving. EBMC has been around for over 55 years, and that's quite a long time for a business to operate. And over those years, we still have clients today from the sale of my portfolio down in San Diego 27 years ago. It's not something every company can do, I think, keep a client happy for 30 or 40 years.